I think it's 400,000 people have unalived themselves this year already, and it's the 6th of June currently. And I can't understand it. I just can't. 80% of those were men. 80% of those were men, and I have to wonder, where's the support group? Where are their friends? And ultimately, they have friends, they just won't speak out about it. And I think that's the most stupid thing in the world, because we've made so much progress in the amount of inclusivity and how open we are to men's mental health these days, but we still just shut it away because of the toxic masculinity that's in the world. Now, I've had plenty of people come to me with their issues. I've had plenty of people come to me with issues about their family, about their finances, about their relationships. And never once did I think they are pathetic. Never once did I just, look at them or make fun of them behind their back. Because if I had that problem, I would need someone to talk to. And the fact that you're not using it is insane to me. Because your problems are just as important as a woman's, or that 18-year-old's, or the 35-year-old's. You are just as important as everyone else. I don't care what type of lifestyle you've led, you're just as important. If you were the jock, if you were the nerd, if you were the geek, I don't care. You're just as important. When it came to my depression a year ago, I had very good friends around me, very good friends, and I didn't use them. Oh well, I used them, but not to the full extent. And I'm not saying to fully rely on your friends, but I'm saying to use them to where you can talk about your feelings, talk about how you can get through this period of your life, because it is just a period. You're not going to be depressed forever, but you need to understand why you got there in the first place. For me, it was because I was out of shape and I hated myself for it. How do you fix that? You get into shape. Now, I've had plenty of times where I've been drunk in the past few months. I've looked at myself in the mirror and went, you're still that fat piece of shit. Plenty of times. Recently, in fact. And I've lost 20 plus kilo, and I still think that. So don't think this will solve all of your issues. But what it will do is, it'll give you a way out, a way to improve yourself and to not be stagnant. Because even though, yes, I will still have those thoughts when I'm drunk, because alcohol is a depressant, I've still made leaps and bounds in my confidence, social skills, and my ability to converse with people like this. I'm in the street doing an interview with myself on a tripod, and I'm getting weird looks, and I couldn't care less. A year ago, I would have shriveled up and died at that fact. You need to do this for yourself. You need to change for yourself. I've tried losing weight 4 or 5 times in the past, and the one that stuck was the one I realized that I need to do this for me. I don't need to do this for the women. I don't need to do this to prove to my old bullies that I wasn't fat. I need to do this so that I can have a better quality of life, can play sport better, can just run a mile. Simply to run a mile. That is it. You need to have and identify your why, your personal why, not something that someone's given you or something that has been implanted in your brain to make you think that you need to lose weight or get bigger or just be happier, because then you're living for someone else. Do it for you. That's the only way I was able to get past my issues a year ago. Identify your why you want to do this, why you want to change, why you want to get out of this depressive state, because it was the worst point of my entire life. A year later, I am in the best spot I've ever been in. Not to say that spot's good, but it's way better than what I had before. Your issue now is you have no idea how to get out of it. You're stuck in a loop of trying, failing, and then being stuck in that depressive state where you hate yourself and you won't go out to parties and you won't socialize and you think that everyone hates you, because that was me. You have a deep-rooted issue, whether it's weight loss or whether it's being skinny or fat or ugly or too tall or too short. There's something there that you need to figure out, something that you need to control and ultimately distinguish from your mindset, or else you're going to stay like this. I know, and one thing that a lot of people seem to misunderstand is that just because you're depressed doesn't mean that everyone else doesn't have their own issues, that everyone else is fine. You aren't alone. There's so many people out there with issues and will cry at night, cry themselves to sleep, but you'll never know. So you think you're the flaw of the world and don't deserve the help or feel weak, but everyone else is as weak as you. But these other people have coping mechanisms and ways to get around things. The best coping mechanism is one that when you do it, you don't feel time pass. For me, that's the gym and volleyball. If I did not have those two things, I would go straight back to being fat, to being depressed, and to hating myself. And the reason I stick at it is because I am in love with it. Find a passion, find what you love, and stick with it. I've had plenty of conversations with people that say they hate themselves. And I wonder why. Some of these people are my best friends. Some of these people are people I've met on a night out, and they've just gotten really, really drunk and just started saying everything to me. But the point is that they were really nice. I assumed they were really nice, and ultimately they hate themselves. All I can think of is why. I can see so many good qualities in you, and you can't see it yourself because you're so close to the picture. You can't get a different perspective. You can't get that bird's eye view of yourself and what you stand for. A lot of people love my content, but whenever I hit post, I feel like I don't have any authority. I don't have that kind of pull to people that I should have, or I'm affecting anyone. And I recently was told that my videos have helped someone get off their ass and go do stuff, be more productive, be more healthy, get out there. And that put a huge smile on my face because I know that now that I'm doing something that's worthwhile. And you need to understand that the things you say, the things you do, the actions you take mean something. You're cared for by someone out there. That could be your mother, that could be your best friend from 16 years ago. There's someone out there that would be devastated if you had been hurt or worse. If you don't want to continue down this path, you need to make a change today. There is something that is bothering you and you keep avoiding it with TikTok and just mindless work, and you're not facing the facts. You're going home, you're having takeaways, you're diving into some shitty TV show like Love Island and just forgetting about all your troubles. Yes, it's great to relax, but if you're avoiding your troubles, you're avoiding the entire reason why you're miserable, and you're just stuck. You're stuck. You're stuck and you don't see it. You don't see the issue, just like how I didn't see my own issue. And I needed other people to realize that for me. And then once you realize this issue, you can do something about it. You can get into better shape. You can have better relations with other people. You can socialize better. You can speak better. You can live a better life. This is coming from someone who has 10x'd their happiness in the past year, 10x'd their social relationships, 10x'd their confidence, all because I decided to do one thing, and that's call myself out on my own bullshit. And you're not doing it. I do not understand why. I still have things I need to work on. I have new issues now that I need to work out. I have things that I'm still embarrassed by that I need to break through. There's so many walls you need to break through. But you need to think of this as like Clash of Clans walls. And your depressive issues, the issues that hold you back from living just even the most basic, decent life, are level 1 walls. They're level 1, level 2. Because you're not taking accountability, you're not loving yourself enough to go, maybe I shouldn't have 5 cookies today that are 300 calories each. Taking accountability of your health, your lifestyle, your body. It's that simple to have even just a bit of a boost in morale and dopamine, the right type of dopamine, and lower the cortisol. So once you start to take care of yourself, you will see a huge benefit And I'm telling you this now because if you've been on my Instagram page, if you've seen anything about this channel, you'll know the transformation I've had. And I'm not trying to be cocky, but it was pretty decent. From 104 to 73.9. I am quite proud of that. But that is all done and gone in the past. What matters is now. What matters now is that you are an old version of me. And you need to catch up with me because I can't get enough of this life. I am loving life. Sure, I have many issues. Everyone has issues. We are not special. I'm not special. But until you can get to a point where you can say, I am loving the way I am dealing with this, I'm loving the way that I look, or I'm loving the way that I am getting more out of my comfort zone and into other people's lives and giving myself a chance, you have a lot of work to do. If one takeaway from this episode, one thing, if you want to become a better version of yourself, a better person, live a better lifestyle, get out of this depressive state where you hate yourself, hate everything about you, and will not be able to build meaningful relationships, there's one piece of advice I'd give you, and it's to simply look at yourself in the mirror and identify everything that's wrong with you. Go on to ChatGPT, explain all these things to it, and it'll give you an exact game plan on how to change it. And just have to follow that. It isn't easy, but it is simple to quote Higher Up Wellness. There's so many things that you could do tomorrow that will set you on a path towards a better life, but you won't do it because you won't take accountability and you can't be arsed because you're so addicted to the things that are wrong for you, like smoking and drugs and alcohol. Alcohol's fine every once in a while, but every day, every 3 days, no, come on. You have an insane amount of potential, and you just need to have one good look in the mirror, one where you don't glance by, one where you don't go, wow, you look like shit today. One where you go, how do I make this vessel primed for me? Once you find that out, you'll know exactly what you have to do. Because I did. I had one good look at myself in the mirror. And 7 months later, I figured it out. A year later, I'm sat here doing a podcast for an old Paddy, I guess. So any old Paddies, you can do this. You've failed a lot, you have failed a shit ton. But you can do it. I know you can because I've done it. And if I've been able to do it, you definitely can. Because I had zero confidence in myself. Zero. If you did like this video and this reminds you of someone in your own life, please send this video to them. Hopefully it'll help them. And I will see you in the next episode, whenever that may be. But yeah. Subscribe as well. Much appreciated. Ugh.